subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. The Kaya Girl is a novel written by Mamle Wolo. It is a motivational story about Faiza and other characters overcoming obstacles in life and reaching new levels of understanding. Faiza, a Kaya girl from the northern region, fought all odds to become a medical doctor, thereby changing her story and those around her. The Kaya girl centers on topical issues like outmoded traditional practices, child marriage, male-dominated society, and friendship. Kaya girl tells a story of an accidental meeting between two friends by name ABENA and FAIZA. These two girls are from two different worlds who see things differently. ABENA is a more civilized and open-minded girl who schools in the American school. FAIZA, on the other hand, is an underprivileged girl from the northern region of Ghana. ABENA joins her aunt, Auntie Lydia, in Ghana so that she can learn more about Ghanaian culture. Auntie Lydia owned a shop in Makola Market, and ABENA helps her with browsing and surfing the internet. Faiza, on the other hand, is a porter who carries goods of customers on her head. While at Makola Market, ABENA is attracted by the smile of a Kayayo, who we later find out her name is Faiza. ABENA and Faiza seem to share a natural bond and immediately become friends. At the beginning, Auntie Lydia was not in support of such a Dadaba and Kayayo friendship. However, the bond between those two is too much to ignore. Auntie Lydia came out with strict rules not to allow Faiza to enter the shop. However, ABENA can go out of the shop to meet her outside. Despite the numerous barriers and ideological differences that can end this beautiful friendship, the two seem to enjoy their friendship. There was another girl in Auntie Lydia's shop by name GIFTY. GIFTY is Auntie Lydia's relative and a maid to the shop. She tried so hard to win ABENA's love and favor. However, it didn't work for her. For everything she does, it irritates ABENA instead of making her pleased. The accidental meeting of these two provides ABENA an opportunity to learn about the people of the North and Ghana at large. Language wasn't a barrier for their communication, as both girls were very smart. Within 2 months, Faiza the Kayayo, who could only speak Dagbani, is now able to communicate with ABENA in Twi and in English. ABENA, on the other hand, was learning Dagbani from Faiza. In one of their numerous conversations, Faiza reveals why she came to Accra and how she became a Kaya girl at the age of 14. Faiza travels all the way from Tolong in the northern region to Accra to look for her cousin called ASANA. ASANA and Faiza were good friends. She often taught Faiza some of the things she was taught in school. However, ASANA's father asked her to stop school and get married to one ALHAJI Brown Teeth. ALHAJI Brown Teeth has 3 wives and wanted ASANA to be the 4th. ALHAJI Brown Teeth, the first person from the village to go to Mecca, wanted a new wife for himself when he returned to Tolong, and ASANA was his preferred. Even though ALHAJI Brown Teeth has a quick temper, people liked him because of his riches, influence, and wealth. ASANA's parents were happy with the marriage arrangement of their daughter, since they would get a rich dowry from ALHAJI Brown Teeth. The problem here was that ASANA was already in love with Malik and prefers him to ALHAJI Brown Teeth. Besides, ALHAJI Brown Teeth was older than ASANA's father, and the thought of him makes her stomach hurt. As the marriage arrangement and processes were ongoing, ASANA attempted to kill herself instead of getting married to ALHAJI Brown Teeth. Faiza, however, comes to save the situation. She saves ASANA from committing suicide. She equally provides a workable solution to free ASANA from such a marriage. Faiza reveals to ASANA that a group of girls from the village have decided to leave for the south where they can work as kaya girls in the cities of Accra and Kumasi to make money to buy English bowls and others. FAIZA manages to steal ASANA's mother's money so that ASANA can use it for transportation. On the eve of the wedding, everything was set for ASANA to become ALHAJI Brown Teeth's wife. When FAIZA helps her to sneak out to join Rakia and other girls to travel to the cities of Accra and Kumasi. ASANA's disappearance brings embarrassment to her parents and ALHAJI Brown Teeth. With the help of the police, they searched everywhere for ASANA, but she was nowhere to be found. ALHAJI Brown Teeth later gave up on the search and got married to another girl who bears a child for him. 2 years down the line, FAIZA begged her auntie, Auntie Fati, to allow her travel down to the south in search of ASANA. Auntie Fati allowed FAIZA to travel down south since she considered her grown enough to work for money. While in Accra, she finds herself in the Mokola market where she had become a kaya girl. At the time FAIZA met ABENA, she has not yet seen ASANA, yet she was determined to do so. ABENA gets more attracted to FAIZA after this beautiful story. She equally likes her mannerisms, especially when she exclaimed, "Haba" and "Woi." Within a short while, FAIZA is able to make ABENA love the northern dishes such as tunzafi and kulikuli. ABENA then exposes FAIZA to the internet. She searched for Tolong on Google, which makes FAIZA see her own village on the internet. The landscape photo with termite ant hills and shea nut trees. She equally saw a mosque FAIZA's uncle goes to pray every Friday. ABENA tells FAIZA about the solar system, dinosaurs, the Statue of Liberty, and the pyramids in Egypt. While Auntie Lydia was away for a while, ABENA dresses FAIZA in beautiful clothes and jewels from the clothing of Auntie Lydia's shop. ABENA does same for herself. When both girls were beautifully dressed, they play a game of acting as mother-in-laws, telling their son-in-law they would never allow their princess to get married to him. As they continue their act as mother-in-laws, Auntie Lydia comes back, and the two had to secretly sneak out before she sees them. This takes them to Blankson's Electricals, where ABENA and FAIZA meet Stephen and Mike, who they nickname Peter and Paul. Stephen and Mike show interest in ABENA and FAIZA. Meanwhile, Auntie Lydia, who was once against the friendship of ABENA and FAIZA, begins to show love to her. GIFTY, out of scorn, envy, and rivalry, crafts a master plan to incriminate FAIZA as a thief. GIFTY is jealous because Stephen prefers FAIZA to her. GIFTY tries times without number to get Stephen's attention to love her. However, all her attempts proved futile. At long last, GIFTY's quest to destroy FAIZA works perfectly for her. GIFTY stole money from Auntie Lydia's shop, and FAIZA was wrongly accused for this. With this, Auntie Lydia drives FAIZA away from her store. As smart as she was, FAIZA sees this as an opportunity instead of a misfortune. She takes advantage of this to travel to Kumasi, where she could try her luck too in search of ASANA, since she couldn't find ASANA in Accra after 2 months of thorough search. ABENA, on the other hand, searched for FAIZA all over the place, but she was nowhere to be found. She returns to Auntie Lydia's shop dejected. The two friends had parted ways without any proper farewell messages. They parted ways without any goodbye. The time has come for ABENA to end her stay in Mokola Market and with Auntie Lydia to rejoin her parents since the long vacation was almost over. ABENA eventually falls sick due to FAIZA's disappearance. She was treated by her own father, who was a medical doctor. ABENA informs her father about her friendship with the Kaya girl and how her friend disappeared into thin air. Her father calms her down and uses her daughter's experience to tell her of his own background and his own experience. Some years ago, his story was more or less that of FAIZA's story. However, he fought all odds to become who he is today. Abena learns that her father's destiny was similar to that of FAIZA'S destiny. He advises his daughter not to let anyone make her feel bad for befriending a village girl, and that he himself was brought up in the village. The similarity in the destiny of Abena's father and that of FAIZA is a foreshadow of how life will turn out to be good for FAIZA as the play progresses. Before going back to school, Abena has just a day to welcome her mother and her little brother Kwesi, who her mother delivered in London. Abena defers the telling of her experience at Makwala Market to another time. When Abena finally got to school, her experience during the long vacation contrasts sharply with that of her classmates in the American school. While her friends such as Helena Owusu and Alex Ampofo talks about beautiful and fascinating things in London and Dubai, Abena has the experience and stories of the Makwala markets. At first, they were unwilling to listen to her and treated her experience and stories with scorn. However, when Abena's English teacher, Miss Faraday, asked them to write on their experience during the long vacation, which includes new people they have met, Abena tells the story of FAIZA, which she titled The Kaya Girl. Abena's Kaya Girl emerged the best essay based on the children's experience during the summer vacation. Abena later read the essay to her parents. The praises showered on her motivates her to develop it into her autobiography. She adds the following details to the story. The story of ASANA and ALHAJI brown teeth, GIFTY and her machination, her adventure in the market, Stephen and Mike, who they nicknamed Peter and Paul, and the real spirit and treasure of their friendship. Abena's research on the internet makes her to discover the real meaning of FAIZA'S name. FAIZA means a successful woman or a victorious woman. Many years have passed without Abena meeting FAIZA. Abena gained admission to the University of Ghana to pursue a Bachelor of Arts degree in English. For the first time in a long time, Abena meets Mike. Mike is acting as Romeo in Shakespeare's famous play, Romeo and Juliet, in the amphitheater in Commonwealth Hall. Even though Abena went there with Tio, who is a resident of Akwafu Hall, she is eager to meet Mike. Abena finally meets Mike, and from their meeting, the following was revealed. Mike is in his final year as an electrical engineering student, while his younger brother Stephen is a second-year student of tech. Mike surely prefers Abena to his girlfriend Lizzie. Mike then invited Abena to witness his graduation. It was at this occasion Abena met Stephen, who still shows interest in FAIZA and wants to know her whereabouts. Mike's family invites Abena to their home, which indicates that Mike wanted to marry her. Her meeting with him was a brief one, as Mike went abroad to study for 2 years. Stephen has a girlfriend in Mike's house. However, he is eager to know about FAIZA'S whereabouts. Abena has to marry Mike, and the one person she longs for most is FAIZA. Her roommate B cannot fill the void created by FAIZA after 10 years of their separation. FAIZA should have been her maid of honor instead of B, while Stephen is Mike's best man. Auntie Lydia apologized to Abena for her false accusation of FAIZA of stealing her money. She later learned that Gifty was a thief. Gifty stole the money. However, FAIZA was the one accused for it. Abena tells Stephen the true identity of FAIZA, and that FAIZA was a Kayayo at Makwala Market. This information doesn't take away his interest in FAIZA. Stephen is ready to search for her on Facebook, but the problem here is both Abena and Stephen do not know the surname of FAIZA, making it difficult for them to search for her on the internet. Will they ever find FAIZA? After Abena got married to Mike, she had a first child called Charlie, and while expecting her second child, she suffered high blood pressure. However, this time, her father was out of the country. Hence, A different doctor by name Dr. Mohammed is to attend to her. Dr. Mohammed turns out to be her long-lost friend Faiza. Faiza has to deliver her of a baby. Her sense of duty and care saves Abena from dying. When Abena bounced back to life, she felt indebted to Dr. Mohammed. Thinking that Dr. Mohammed was a man, she insisted on seeing him. The meeting of Dr. Mohammed, who happens to be Faiza, and Abena was a joyful one. It also gave them the opportunity to catch up with old stories and memories and to tell each other how life has treated them ever since their separation. Faiza tells Abena about how she relocated from Mokola to Kumasi to look for ASANA at GHANAIAN. She revealed how lucky ASANA was to have been apprenticed to a seamstress who was very fond of her. When the girls met, ASANA tries to persuade Faiza to learn seamstressing. However, Faiza's dream was bigger than that. She was bent on returning home to see Auntie Fatima in Tolong. Faiza joined an NGO free classes program which offered tuition to children in the afternoon. These children have never been to school before. The children were taught to read and write in the Bani. Faiza was very smart and intelligent. Hence, she picked up reading very fast and later enrolled in GHS. With a little money she worked for and what ASANA gave her, she was able to buy books and uniforms. In her final year at the BEC, Faiza obtained the best results in the district. This gained her a scholarship to the secondary school by the district chief executive. With a small support from Auntie Fatima, Faiza completed secondary school in Tamale, despite her uncle's obsession of her education. Faiza reveals to Abena that ASANA has opened her own shop in GHANAIAN, which was booming. ASANA returned to the north and gave her parents enough money for them to see the positive side of her refusal to marry ALHAJI Brown Seeds. However, ASANA's ex-lover Malik is already married with children. Therefore, ASANA befriended a young Dagomba man in Kumasi whom she will marry very soon. Faiza tells of how she won a scholarship to study medicine in America. After her 7-year study abroad, she returns home while working in Polibu Hospital. She gets opportunity to work in Abena's father's clinic. A party was organized to celebrate Abena's newly born baby, her recovery from high blood pressure, and her reunion with her old friend Faiza. Abena's father returns home after a 2-month travel. Stephen also returns from UK after his study in photography and film. Faiza meets people like Stephen, Auntie Lydia, and Abena's brother Kwesi, who has always dreamed of becoming a medical doctor. It also offers Faiza the opportunity to meet the rest of Abena's family, including her father, Mike's sister, and Lizzie. Faiza and Abena were invited by Auntie Lydia during the celebration. She reconciled with them and makes amends. Abena and Mike's baby was named after Faiza. It was at this time that Abena's father met Faiza, who in medical practice was called Dr. Mohammed. A week after the celebration, Abena and Faiza went to visit Auntie Lydia in Mokola Market. Auntie Lydia presented them with some dresses as gifts and later presented them to Auntie Omotola, a Nigerian trading in Nigerian fabrics. Auntie Omotola equally welcomes them and selects a rainbow assortment of gele and headgears to match the gifts presented to Abena and Faiza by Auntie Lydia. Auntie Omotola asks if Faiza has finally gotten a man to settle down with, since the dresses are fit for grand occasions of that sort. However, Faiza revealed that she could have married an American while studying abroad, but she needs someone who was part of her world, since that's where she wanted to be. Faiza and Abena went on to talk about their plans for the future. Abena pulls out a sky blue book from her handbag and reads out the Kaya Girl to Faiza. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.